Most people believe that mental peace is something we lose because of big tragedies, major failures, or dramatic life events. But the truth is far quieter than that. Mental peace is usually not destroyed by one loud moment. It is slowly drained by small, repeated habits we barely notice. Habits that feel normal. Habits that society even encourages. Habits that quietly sit in our daily routines, shaping our thoughts, reactions, and inner dialogue. Today, I want you to slow down. Not just your body, but your mind. This is not a speech to rush through. This is a Myra. Take a breath. Let the words land and allow yourself to notice what resonates. The first habit quietly destroying your mental peace is constantly living in your head instead of the present moment. We replay conversations that already ended. We rehearse scenarios that may never happen. We analyze tone, expressions, pauses, and meanings long after the moment is gone. Your body may be sitting in a room, but your mind is traveling through the past and the future nonstop. Peace does not exist in yesterday. Peace does not exist in tomorrow. It only exists in now. Yet most of us rarely visit the present moment. We eat without tasting. We listen without hearing. We rest without relaxing. The mind becomes a crowded place, filled with unfinished thoughts and imagined outcomes. And slowly, without realizing it, we lose the ability to feel calm even when nothing is wrong. The second habit is seeking validation from people who don't truly see you. You post, you wait, you check again, you adjust your behavior, your opinions, your personality just to be accepted. And the problem is not wanting connection. The problem is outsourcing your self-worth. When your peace depends on approval, it becomes fragile. One ignored message can ruin your mood. One negative comment can stay with you for days. You begin living as a performance rather than a person. And no matter how much validation you receive, it is never enough, because it was never meant to replace self-acceptance. Now pause, breathe, let that sink in. The third habit is constantly comparing your life to someone else's highlight reel. You scroll through success, you scroll through beauty, you scroll through happiness carefully curated for public display. And without meaning to, you start measuring your behind the scenes against their best moments. Comparison doesn't motivate, it erodes. It makes progress feel invisible. It turns gratitude into dissatisfaction. You stop seeing how far you've come because you're too focused on where someone else is standing. And the mind, once content, becomes restless, always chasing, never arriving. The fourth habit is saying yes when your entire being is screaming no. You agree to things that drain you. You attend places that exhaust you. You carry responsibilities that are not yours to carry because you don't want to disappoint, because you don't want conflict, because you don't want to seem selfish. But every forced yes is a silent betrayal of yourself. Over time, resentment builds. Fatigue deepens and peace disappears. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors with locks. They decide who and what gets access to your energy. Without them, your mental peace is constantly under attack. Now slow down again. This part matters. The fifth habit is negative self-talk disguised as honesty. You call yourself lazy. You call yourself stupid. You call yourself behind. And you say, I'm just being realistic. But words shape identity. What you repeatedly tell yourself becomes the lens through which you see everything. If someone else spoke to you the way you speak to yourself, you would walk away. Yet you live with that voice every day. Mental peace cannot survive in a mind that constantly criticizes its own existence. Kindness toward yourself is not weakness, it is maintenance. The sixth habit is consuming information without intention. Endless news, endless opinions, endless noise. Your mind was not designed to process the suffering of the entire world every day. When you constantly expose yourself to negativity, fear, outrage, and comparison, your nervous system stays on edge. You feel tired without knowing why, anxious without a clear reason, restless even when you're safe. Peace requires mental space, and mental space requires conscious consumption. Pause again. Feel your shoulders. Relax them. The seventh habit is holding on to people, situations, or identities that no longer fit who you are becoming. Growth changes you. Awareness changes you. But instead of allowing evolution, you cling to the familiar. Even when it hurts, you stay where you are misunderstood. You repeat patterns that limit you. You play roles you've outgrown. And the mind feels trapped. Peace requires alignment. When your life no longer reflects your inner truth, tension becomes permanent. The eighth habit is avoiding silence. You fill every quiet moment with sound. Music, videos, scrolling, because silence forces you to face yourself. But avoiding silence also means avoiding healing. Peace is born in quiet moments where emotions are processed, not suppressed, where thoughts slow down instead of being drowned out. Silence is not empty, it is honest. Now take another breath, long, slow. The ninth habit is living as if rest must be earned. You push through exhaustion. You ignore burnout. You feel guilty for stopping. You treat yourself like a machine rather than a human being. But constant productivity without rest leads to emotional numbness. You lose joy. You lose curiosity. You lose peace. Rest is not laziness, it is survival. The 10th habit, perhaps the most destructive of all, is believing that peace will come after everything is fixed, after success, after money, after recognition. After healing, peace is postponed endlessly. But peace is not a destination. It is a practice. It is choosing presence over panic, acceptance over resistance, awareness over autopilot. If you wait for a perfect life to feel calm, you will wait forever. Now pause. This is the most important moment. Mental peace is not found by changing everything at once. It is rebuilt by noticing what quietly drains you and gently letting it go. One habit at a time, one thought at a time, one boundary at a time. You do not need to become someone new. You only need to stop abandoning yourself. And when you do, peace doesn't arrive dramatically. It returns quietly, like a breath you didn't realize you were holding.